I too would like to be associated with sympathy to the family, Michael. I would also like to welcome the Polish ambassador. The words you issued, I think I couldn't trump that. You said everything that we need to say. He's always very welcome in this house. Yesterday, I mentioned the overseas development aid and the monies that flow out of Ireland to countries. And we've got to start asking the question, if we're funding, for example, education in somewhere like Mozambique or Zambia, are we allowing that government to defer funding they would have to put into education into other things? I am extremely concerned at the amount of money that we are pumping out of this country in the guise of overseas development aid. And then when we look internally within the country and we look at non-governmental organisations and 6.5 billion euros going into NGOs, is it possible that some of that money is going in there by osmosis, that it's just we always used to give them money, so we keep giving them money, and that there is no real oversight of where the monies that are being taxpayers' hard-earned cash being funded into organisations, whether it's overseas development aid or whether it's non-governmental organisations. I believe that the next government will have to carry out a root and branch examination of where money goes. I don't want to stop funding NGOs. I don't want to stop funding overseas development aid. I just want to make sure it goes to the right place, that it's getting to the right people, and that we are not wasting taxpayers' money. This morning I had a phone call from a former colleague, the son of a former colleague, and it was about Jadiville. And we're several years on from the independent report on Jadiville, and I know, Cathaoirleach, you have a huge interest in things defence. That report has, to this day, not been accepted by anybody other than a few people at the top of the military organisation. It's not something for politicians to get involved in. The day politicians start awarding military honours, we can pack it in and go home. But the independent, or so-called independent, review of Jadiville, this man rang me this morning. During his witness statement, he was asked about his mental health, his personal mental health. It was his father they were inquiring about. There is another woman in New Zealand who had in-depth questioning of her mental health. What had that to do with the bravery of her father? What had it to do with the military action in Jadiville? Were they in some way trying to mitigate the evidence that they were receiving, saying, sure, the poor devil, he was suffering from mental health issues, and really we don't have to listen to the evidence he gave. Now, I know Deputy Karen Nolan is trying to put together a Jadiville group again in the Oireachtas, and I would ask that people who have an interest in this would join up and at least let's hear the story once again. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.